Happy New Year. Kind of probably more of a ramble than anything significant, but um, uh, in relation to my SSDI, which I talked about before, am still waiting to hear back the results of my trial, which I did end up having postponed. I think it was like a month-ish postponed due to Hurricane Harvey. Unfortunately, but that is what it is. And looking back at it, it's kind of funny, mostly because it was 2 days before my trial and the weather started getting crazy, and we called, um, a place where I was going to have my trial, and they were like, well, we're not entirely sure if it's going to be canceled or not, and blah, 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 blah. And my mom and I, of course, were like, it's probably going to get canceled because, I mean, where the trial is going to be is where the weather ended up being at its worst. And so, I mean, we kind of figured that. But they got us really quickly a makeup trial, I guess you could say. And they were very helpful, which was nice, especially having already waited, half a year, a little more than half a year for the trial. So that was good. The judge was really nice, very understanding, really listened. The questions, some of them were really hard because it really dug deep into my life and my condition. And even before that, they went into past stuff more than my condition. I mean, it's not like it's related to my condition, but it's important. Which I'm not going to talk about it, but he, the judge, like I said, overall very understanding. And let's see, I was only able to have my dad represent me. I couldn't have my mom represent me and be a witness to my life, basically, which we were told that we could, but they said no, that's not allowed. And it was kind of last minute, so it was a little frustrating because I really wanted my mom there with me to help represent me, because my dad, works all the time, and he hasn't really seen my day-to-day life, but he knows about it. He understands it and works with me with it. So there were a couple points where in his representation of me where it was kind of confusing for him, but also confusing for me because I'm medicated, so we weren't really sure how to answer some things, but we figured it out. And I'm really thankful that he was able to represent me, because as much as having someone not family represent me, I don't think I would have been comfortable with that. And I mean, if it was like a family friend, maybe, but just some person, I guess. No offense to other attorneys, it's just family's family, and they're going to understand more, unless, I guess, they're empathetic to the situation in some way. It could be up to a year from when we were approved for my SSDI trial, which was sometime at the beginning of last year when it was officially approved, and they were like, okay, you're gonna have a trial, and then a few months later, okay, this is your trial date. But that's just the research I've done, where some people it's a year from then, some people years, which I can only imagine like how hard that is. I mean, I feel fortunate because I have family that is able to be here for me, and that because I was in the military, I have those benefits already that take care of the basic, here's your medication, and everything. But it's not enough for me to to be able to have someone that's a caretaker for me, because my family, they have their own lives to live, they have their own jobs, and on top of that, taking care of me, whether people say it or not, it is a burden. I am basically a small child in I guess as an analogy or whatever. I'm a responsibility, and I don't want to be a responsibility or a burden for my family anymore. And having someone who can be a caretaker that can come visit me every few days or whatever would be like the biggest help for my family. And that's basically what the SSDI is going to be used towards, is that. And then we're still looking at trying alternatives besides morphine, because morphine really slows me down and prevents me from functioning like most people. And on top of, I have Lyrica, and I take some Balta, and other vitamins and stuff. But I don't want to be on this stuff forever. And if I can find an alternative that helps me, like I forget what some of them are called, but it's I can't think of it. But basically, things that are alternatives that aren't medications that are gonna, fuck up my insides. I'm 24. I've been on this medication since I was 20, and my condition isn't gonna evaporate. It's permanent, and I don't want to be on medication for the rest of my life, and whatever. But so anyway, the SSDI is going to be a big help in going towards that direction, especially because I'm only on TRICARE now, because I was taken off of my dad's insurance because it was preventing a lot of things from going forward. I don't know why it would be so hard, but TRICARE is apparently better than United Healthcare, because United Healthcare is just a fistful of assholes. The end. But TRICARE can only help so much, and and if I can find something that completely takes my condition away, that would be great. But that's the thing, I have to find it. I have to keep trying new things. And I can't do that with what I already have. And It's hard. So making videos and talking about it, even if nobody watches, even if millions of people watch, it doesn't matter. It's getting it out, and maybe someone else has been in this situation, I don't know, is in this situation. Anyway, thanks for listening, and hopefully I'll know more soon. Yeah. Happy New Year.